美国在上世纪60年代兴起的民权运动，迄今已有60年了。今年8月28日，将是马丁·路德·金牧师发表著名演讲《我有一个梦想》的60周年纪念日。60年来，人们一直在为实现这个梦想而努力。今天，我们更需要来为此付出努力。因为种族不公的问题依然是今天美国的一大社会问题。
我在教会服侍了10多年，成长的过程中，在我这个追求怎么样子做一个更好的基督徒的过程中，看到很多这种歧视的现象历历在目。那很多人其实他在歧视你的时候，他觉得自己作为基督徒，他没有在做一件不好的事情，他觉得说他作为一个上帝特别赋给他这样子一些特权啊，或者是给他一些福分的人，他这么带领你、帮助你，有时候甚至用一种更激烈的一种方式来对待你，其实可能是有好的一个方面的。
I was born and raised in the Philippines, and I came to the U.S. in 1995 after being a missionary in Europe. My first experience of discrimination is when I visited a certain diocese, and I was trying to get information from the director of vocations from this particular diocese. And right then and there, the priest, the clergy already criticized my accent, my whatever, and I was very surprised about that. And I was already discriminated at that point, so I did not go back and just forget about entering the ministry. So that was my first experience of discrimination in this country. And then later on, I felt that I was called to the priesthood, and I joined the Diocese of Los Angeles, the Episcopal Church. I became a postulant, and when I was at seminary, I received a very scathing letter from my rector at that time. And it was in the middle of exam. It's as a midterm, I think, and I was really devastated at that time what was going on. And that was very hard for me because I was a postulant, I was in seminary, and here I am, I receive a scathing letter from my rector. That was my second experience of discrimination, well, from my point of view.
教会是遵行耶稣基督爱人如己的教导的先锋，在消除种族歧视上一直在做不懈的努力。然而，我们不得不承认，即使在今天，星期天早晨仍然是美国社会中种族隔离最严重的时候。在反对种族歧视、反对亚裔仇恨上，教会有义不容辞的责任。教会需要采取更多的途径，让教会的成员认识到种族歧视不仅存在在我们的社会中，也同样存在在教会里，并且教导和鼓励会众更坚决地与这个在美国社会中根深蒂固的恶瘤做斗争，在我们生活的地方建立充满爱而不是歧视和仇恨的社区。
In the United States, Sunday morning has been famously called the most segregated couple of hours of the week. Because of the nature of the way people form in community, all too often, and I'm using a metaphor here, birds of a feather flock together. And people look for the opportunity to worship with and gather with people who are comfortable, who look like and act like themselves. And this unfortunately has resulted in a minority white environment in the United States, in a segregated church, particularly in my branch of what I call the progressive denominational church. We talk a lot about inclusion, we talk a lot about diversity. Unfortunately, when we say those things, we tend to go no farther than putting up a sign or putting on the website that we welcome all people. What we don't do is think of creative ways to be active in other people's neighborhoods, in other people's communities, going and forming bonds of friendship and relationship rooted in determining what it is that people need from Christ's church where they are, in the lives they're leading, dealing with the challenges they face. It's the height of presumption to say that diversity means we're inviting you to come to our church. Diversity might sometimes mean we're going to close our church and come to your church and provide resources to make it possible for you to thrive, to be your servants. That might ultimately be the real way to create diversity in the church.
我们作为这个社会的成员，作为我们社区的一份子，应该如何发挥我们的所能，防止这种仇恨和罪恶抬头，使正义、公平和公义在我们的社会流行，把我们所生活的地方建设成应该充满爱的社区。圣公会圣盖博救主堂和开路者国际传播协会共同制作了这个系列录像。我们希望通过我们的这个系列，让我们对华人在美国的历史和现状有一个了解。通过采访教会领袖、民意代表、地方政府官员、执法人员、法律专家和社区人员，来帮助我们知道应该如何来面对和回应种族不公的问题，尽我们的能力和义务，把我们的社区变得更好，让爱而不是仇恨充满我们的社区。